Hi, this is Crafty here today. I'm going to show you this N95 mask cover assembly. Not going into detail, we're just going to talk about the fine points. Here is a finished N95 cover. You can see that it's double-sided. You can see that the straps are sandwiched in between the two layers. And you can see that it's face-stitched on the edge for strength and fit. It has 4 straps of tape that are approximately 20 inches long. If you use t-shirts, you can have the straps be 16 inches long because they stretch. This can be used as a mask, but preferably as a cover over an N95 to extend the life for our healthcare professionals. I'm going to set this aside. If you've gotten one of our awesome kits, you've gotten a massive pile of this 2-inch woven tape that you can turn into these fine straps. I'm going to spare you the details on that because it's all over the internet, but do know there's a little bit of a difference in this tape. This has been cut on the grain, so it's not stretchy like bias tape. It's going to be much easier to actually put together. If you need extra help with this, please reach out to us or check out the links you can find online. But tons of this. The other thing that you will have in your kit are 2 pattern pieces. And they both look like this. You're going to get 2 of those, and it's 2 of these per mask. And so you'll have a giant stack of these, and you need to put them together. The first step in putting them together is sewing the top and the bottom seams. Notice that this is a deeper seam. This is the bottom of the mask, and this is the top of the mask. The first thing you do is fold it in half evenly, matching up the corners, top and bottom. Next, you go to your sewing machine, and I'm going to center my needle so that I can get a 1/4 inch seam. So right there, I know that this is going to be a 1/4 inch from my needle. And what I'm doing is I'm starting on the outside of the mask, not the folded edge. And, pardon me, I need my reading glasses. I'm going to set my needle, as you always do when you sew. Sew a few stitches, back stitch a few stitches. Then I'm going to sew all the way to the front of the mask. I'm being careful to go all the way to the front and back stitch. You want this to be secure. You don't want a hole in the mask. Then you're going to pull that off. And then do the same thing along the bottom edge. Do not sew this closed. If it's got the little divots, don't sew it closed. Sew this closed. What you'll then have are 2 identical pieces, like this. Whoops, let's flip it around so that we are actually identical. We've got the top and the bottom. And what you want to do is, on the inside of the mask, you want to pin your straps at these marks. And I have 4 straps that I've already pre-cut to 20 inches. And this is the direction you want to pin your straps. You want to pin them facing into the mask with a little bit over the edge. And I'm angling them the direction of the little arrow. Just like this. And I'm just tucking them in to the front of the mask. And then you're going to pop them into the other side. Just like that. Then take the other piece you've prepared, turn it out so it's the good side out, and all of your straps are tucked neatly into the mask. You're going to put good side to good side of the fabric, and you want to make sure that your top curve is matching your top curve. So carefully look at it here. I almost put my top curve on the bottom. Nope. I need that shorter curve to match the shorter curve over here. And I'm matching up these 2 spots right here where the seams that I sewed earlier. So I'm going to throw a pin in that so it doesn't wiggle around and become uncentered. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom. where I'm matching up those two seams that I sewed. Throw a pin in that. Then I'm going to come over and I'm going to match. You should be able to very evenly match your little marks with the strap position. If your mark is off, that means that you have the top piece upside down. Just turn it around. Then I use the same pin. I just secure my straps between my two layers. See how it's fitting out nice and evenly? Secure that. You don't really need to secure that because it's such a short distance. You'll be able to do it with your hands, but you might want to tuck those straps away. Keep coming around. Secure that strap. And then keep coming around and secure the last strap. Now, I stick a second pin in here so that I remember to leave from here to here open and not sew that seam, because otherwise I won't be able to turn my mask right side out. Once you've done this, come to the sewing machine. Once again, using a 1/4-inch hem, I'm going to start right here before this, right at my little marker button, right on top of my strap, but you can start anywhere. I drop my foot, drop the needle, and then sew with a 1/4-inch seam allowance all the way around the piece. Make sure you don't sew over your pins. Now I'm feeling with my hands to make sure that I don't have stray bits of strap under that hem, because you don't want to catch any of your strap bits except for the parts you've intentionally pinned. So I'm just feeling with my fingers, making sure that all the little strappy bits are out of the way. And if they are in the way, I'll just come in here and I'll just poke them out of the way. And I'm holding the edges together nice and neat. When I get to the seams where the seams are together, I might use a pin to tuck the little bits under the foot so it feeds nice and flat. And sewing I go. And I'm once again reaching inside. Tuck, tuck, straps go away. Pull that out. Coming around the whole mask. Got to make sure to leave this open. And just for fun, I backstitch there, just so that I don't accidentally rip more seam open, because I don't want to rip it open over that. That's a pain in the butt to sew the other way once you turn it. Snipping my threads. I'm taking this off the machine, snipping my threads nice and close again. Then I'm going to reach into that area that I did not sew together. I'm going to grab my straps and pull them out like a nice little strappy octopus. Now that you have your strap jellyfish, just pull them all the way out, give them a nice little tug. Nice little tug. And yet now you've got your envelope. I reach in with my hand and I press the seams out. So I want to press these edges out like this. It's helpful if you want to take this to an iron and press it out. And if you have material on the edge that folds in, you can grab a pin like this and just pull it out. And it is a little bit faster to sew it if you press it, but you don't have to. For the sake of this video and your time, I'm not going to today. The last little bit of this is come to the area that you left open, tuck in your 1/4-inch seam allowance on both sides. You're just tucking it in. Throw a pin in it so it stays and behaves while you sew. And make sure that you tuck in any stray threads or anything that got loose while you turned it. Once you've done that, sometimes I throw in an extra pin or use an extra clip. Now you're about to finish it up and you're going to do some face stitching. I just noticed that I made a mistake and I must have lost a strap. Don't worry, you're not going to do that because you're not going to be rushing for a video. Hey, do you know what? I just realized I could fix that. Ha-ha. Because I pulled the strap when I did this. Because there's the strap location for it, right there. Ha! Good mask. This mask will still hit the ground. I'm just going to tuck that sucker right in. Tuck in my extra seam allowance from where I turned it. Now for this one, I'm going to move my needle position over to the edge because you want an 1/8 of an inch face stitch. And I'm just going to back stitch here to start. And I'm just sewing closed that open seam. I'm re-sewing in that strap I messed up, which you won't. And when I come to any bits here that didn't turn out well, grab my pin, pull them out. You can go slow over the extra thick parts and just keep going around the mask. Pull that. This is the part where this is too much tucked in. And see how I can pull that out? That was too sucked in, so a little bit of roll is acceptable, a lot of roll is not, because then you're not giving coverage. And that's the whole point of this, is coverage. Get my mask strings out of the way. I'm flattening this out with my fingers, coming around, going slow over the thick parts, pulling it out where it tucked. Go all the way around the mask, all the way back to the beginning again. Back stitch for security so it doesn't pop open. Pull it off. And snip your threads. And you are done. You have made an awesome N95 cover for a medical professional to wear at work.